The allegedly most dangerous hotel is situated in the USA, at the coast of North Carolina.
Good morning.
Hey,
You must be Richard.
I am. Hey.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Mark.
Richard is the owner of this mysterious hotel. The first peculiarity is that it's only reachable by helicopter.
So how will I get there to the frying pan?
You're going to go on this same helicopter after we get all the food out of here. Take care.
Take care.
By helicopter? That's right, because the hotel is situated in the middle of the ocean on an abandoned lighthouse. By the way, the flight is not included in the booking price. A return ticket for the flight costs $2,500. There is space for a maximum of 3 people in the helicopter. We fly 55 kilometers out on the ocean to the Cape of Fear. Sailors call the area the graveyard of the Atlantic Ocean. What looks like an oil rig is the lighthouse. The US Marine Service closed it down 30 years ago and abandoned it. No one wanted the rusty platform until 2010. That's when Richard showed up.
Thank you very much. So,
tower. I was the only bidder on this. I did not expect to win, so it's a bit of a shock when I ended up getting it. It was, now what do I do, right?
okay.
So, as is, where is, sight unseen. There's your tower.
So now I see a hotel here.
We follow Richard a floor below to the generator room. It reminds us of a junkyard, but it's the central power and water supply station.
Where we operate the hoist to take the people and lift them off the boats. Yeah.
From here we go onto the jetty, which circles the lighthouse, 25 meters above the sea. The recreation room is on this same floor. Seriously? The guests are supposed to feel at home here? The comfort is like in a 2-star hotel. Okay, maybe the rooms make all the difference. Far from it. The entire furniture is from the original days of the tower. The Coast Guard used to be stationed here to help castaways. Today, it's a hotel. Note, a weekend costs $570 per person. By the way, the tower is called Frying Pan Tower because that's exactly what it looks like. In the meantime, it has become a huge building site. The shabby look is part of Richard's concept and saves money restoring it. His plan seems to work out. Guests like English teacher Trixie and her husband Karem are looking for exactly this kind of kick. Business is going well. The summer is already booked out.
Yeah, it's rustic.
Yeah, it's her idea. She loves some extraordinary stuff, I think.
When Richard isn't busy welcoming new arrivals, he is tampering with the tower.
The whole head has melted off and it's destroyed. It's just sitting up there pointing. That's the one we're going to climb all the way up there, set up the ladder, disassemble it. We have a new one coming in on Monday. So we'll put it in there and that'll charge the battery banks for us. So let's go up there and get it.
The batteries supply the emergency current for the radio equipment, so Richard can call for help if someone gets badly injured.
This is the fun part. What's your first step? It's 120 feet down.
We follow Richard up to the top of the roof, very carefully. If the camera fell down now, we couldn't air this program about the most dangerous hotel in the world. But is everyone allowed to just climb up here?
They can come up here with assistance, and the down area underneath that's very rusty, only with a guided tour. Because there's areas where you could fall right through.
We feel a little shaky on the entire way up, 40 meters above the sea. Richard is not afraid. He balances on the shaky ladder without any safety gear.
Most homeowners, they use ladders around their house with no safety gear. And the same thing here, my house is just a little different, that's all.
But if something happens here, it would take an hour for help to arrive. Carol and Mark are the last guests to arrive. But instead of a welcoming drink, they are given safety instructions.
Because this is an old facility and it feels a little springy or a little strange. Well, maybe something is rusted or broken since the last time we were here. Don't assume it's good, just come tell me. We have a marine band radio there, which we can mayday on channel 16. If a person falls in the water, God forbid, do not jump in after them, please. Grab a life jacket right off of there. I grabbed 3 or 4 of them. Throw them life jackets.
And never go exploring on your own. If no one notices you falling into the water, who is supposed to help you?
It's scary. Really. Oh.
Whatever you do, don't lean against this rail.
You're allowed to enter the deck below under supervision only.
Actually, I can go, but
No. Please, I don't
no.
want to push you to go.
no,
If you don't
it's not
want to
pushing.
go-
I know, but just it's kind of. For me.
I'll go with you.
Okay.
I've done it many times. Come on.
The stairs are 50 years old. For safety reasons, there should never be more than 2 people using it at the same time. The risk of the whole construction falling into the sea is too high. Why does Richard allow people down here in the first place?
We have a liability release, which I'm sure you guys signed. And it basically says that this is a very dangerous place and you come at your own risk. And as far as liability insurance, you know, about the only thing they could try and take would be the tower. And most people wouldn't want this as a project.
If you fall down, it's your own fault, and you'll end up in the sea with the sharks. The money Richard makes with his hotel, he immediately reinvests in all sorts of repairs, and there is quite a lot of them to be done. In order to restore everything, Richard would need just almost $3.2 million. A special highlight is the feeding of the sharks. That's included in the price. Unfortunately, nobody dares to join. So our executive editor has to do it, at his own risk, of course. All he has to do is watch and hold on tight enough. Together with Brooke, we go down 25 meters to where the sharks are. She does the feeding. And again, there's a golden rule. If you fall into the water, it's your own fault.
Or hear the, splat in the water, they come straight up, usually. Yeah.
Brooke is down here regularly and even goes for a swim sometimes. She uses bait fish to attract the sharks. Bull sharks are typical for the area and they are extremely aggressive. After 15 minutes of feeding the sharks, we return to the tower. It's time to relax. Most guests spend their time fishing. Throw in the bait, wait for a moment, pull out a fish. Good for Richard. The guests supply their own food. So today, they'll have black bass for dinner. Oh, by the way, the guests also have to cook for themselves. Like a youth hostel, only in the middle of the ocean.
We found that out.
The rust and the sharks aren't the only hazards on the lighthouse. It's right in the middle of a hurricane region. The nightly thunderstorm gives us a good impression of just how uncomfortable it can get, because the room doesn't even stay dry during this little storm. After a sleepless night, we head back towards the mainland. Richard lives on the lighthouse. For us, it seemed like the most uncomfortable hotel in the world, and a truly mysterious place. Our next mysterious place leads us to China. From Shanghai, we travel south by car. We notice skyscrapers seem to be typical of Chinese cities, built for millions of people. Our mysterious place is said to be somewhere right in the middle of them. Just under 15 minutes drive from the megacity Huizhou, it suddenly appears. The Austrian village of Hallstatt, copied by the Chinese. A real church, a fountain and timbered houses, exactly like in Austria. Even the flower boxes and the shutters. Austrian waltzes resound from small loudspeakers behind the plants. The Chinese have spared no effort, neither in size nor in detail. To the left, the Hallstatt Hotel. To the right, the copy. The historical stairs with the inscriptions. You also find them in China. The gourmet restaurant's menu, copied. The ancient wood-panelled church door, right here in China. And not only the inscription of the municipality of Hallstatt on the gully cover. They have even copied the entire lake, including the swans, which are driven to the front of the timbered houses every morning. Only the Chinese characters on the signposts and the Chinese women dressed in traditional Austrian costumes reveal that this is just a copy. Some things, like the village church, the Chinese have set to a slightly different purpose. They've simply turned the sacred site into a showroom for estate agents. This is where they sell the houses. Estate agents instead of altar boys. Sales show instead of mass. And now we realize the stolen Austrian village is not at all what really matters here. They are planning to build huge housing areas worth a total of $970 million around it. A few model houses like this one have already been completed. This is nothing like the 100-year-old timbered houses in the real Hallstatt. The copied village centre, it's obviously just a huge marketing gag of the state-owned Chinese building company, China Mining. We find someone who's in charge. The vice president of one of the building firms waves at us in a friendly way, but refuses to give an interview. He also forbids us to talk to any of his employees. Finally, an especially selected estate agent is allowed to show us round the secretly copied village.
是建造了一个非常浓缩版的奥地利的一个风格商业这一块，是采用了奥地利的那个被评为奥地利的艺术氛围，在这边不用坐飞机，直接在家门口就可以享受得到了。因为这边它是有高层，这边有高层。这个就是我们的一个啤酒广场，就是跟奥地利当地一模一样的。我们这边它会引进奥地利的小麦酿成的一个啤酒，叫黑啤哦，在奥地利非常出名，大家也知道。一个旅游配套哦。
Imported wouldn't secretly copied or stolen describe it more accurately, and the Chinese even take it a step further. They use posters of the real mayor of the Austrian village of Hallstatt for promotion purposes.
那这边我可以跟你一个很简单的一个回答你的问题哦，但是对我们是没有跟他有怎么的一个接触，但是后面我们这边为什么要把它的一个原样放到中国来这边啊？就是因为它是被称为世界最美丽的小镇之一以外，它也是一个文化遗产。文化遗产，那我们中国呢，就是想把它这个最好的一个文化放到中国来。
The Chinese are able to remain relaxed about it because, in fact, there is no law that forbids copying an existing village. We take a look around and want to find out how much Austrian heritage is to be found in this copied Hallstatt. A look behind the scenes reveals debris and garbage, Europe on the outside and disaster on the inside. And this is what it looks like behind most of the house walls in the village centre. And here we have some dusty market stands with the plastic fruit knockoffs. And the lobby of the Noble Hotel on the market square, a build-up of debris, dirt and garbage. Will this ever turn into a real hotel? Nobody is prepared to tell us. The whole day long, workers and day labourers in their pedal boats ride across the copied lake. But not to stimulate the tourists to go on a boat ride, but to collect the dead fish. And migrant workers clean up the washed-up garbage that is lying around.
嗱，多啲係嘛多，一天要1,000多個。星期六跟星期天，星期六跟星期天啊，星期六。
So things don't seem to work out properly here. The construction is obviously behind schedule. The Hallstatt copy doesn't seem to be one of those Chinese success stories. But what do the real inhabitants of Hallstatt have to say to the bold copy? No one here is angry. Reports on the copy of the village have led to a rise in tourist numbers, and the mayor has accumulated a whole wardrobe full of conciliatory gifts from the Chinese building company.
Ja, ich bin mir schon ganz sicher, dass die ein schlechtes Gewissen hatten.
But he has forgiven the Chinese and is even proud.
Dass ein kleiner Ort, 800 Einwohner, kleiner Ort im Salzkammergut, in China nachgebaut wird und kopiert wird. China selbst so eine lange Tradition hat und unsere Häuser kopieren sie, also das hat uns schon verblüfft, aber auch geehrt, muss ich sagen.
Monika Wagner, the owner of the original hotel in Hallstatt, has found her own way to deal with the copy. She is in the process of refurnishing the entire hotel with reproduced luxury furniture from China.
Das, was die Chinesen können, das kann ich noch lange. Und ich lasse die Biedermeier-Möbel, die dann ins Hotel kommen, in China drüben kopieren, weil da sie ja schon so gut sind im Kopieren, können sie das ja auch für mich machen.
No one knows when the Chinese Hallstatt will be completed, but the Austrians are moving towards the next 1,000 years of their future in a very relaxed way. Our search leads us on to the Caribbean. We are on the tropical island of St. Martin. What used to be the home of pirates and looters is now a popular holiday resort with a paradise feeling to it. Maho Beach. You could stay here the whole day, sipping cocktails, swimming in the sea and enjoying the sun. But the tourists come here for a very different reason.
We just passed through and I said we have to go there because we saw so many pictures and films.
We came here to see the planes fly by.
9 a.m. It's almost time. All the beach visitors are preparing for the big moment. Every day, about 70 tourist bombers rumble over the beach visitors' heads, just 10 to 20 meters above them. But why does the runway have to be exactly next to the beach? The reason is simple enough. There is not enough space on the island, because the aircraft need at least 2,300 meters to land safely. Tourist manager Marla Chemist is happy about it, because up to 10 cruise liners arrive every day just to watch the airplanes. She understands.
But I love it. Why? Well, it's just excitement. I have this huge plane, like fly just a little bit over your head, and you can almost touch it, but not possible. But it's fun. It's nice to see the excitement, and this is one of the few places you can actually see the plane so close up.
Almost 500,000 tourists visit the island every year to have a live experience of the show. That's why they even have loudspeaker announcements. The flight schedule is always updated to make sure no one misses a plane. The landings alone are spectacular enough, but there is one thing that attracts the beach visitors even more: the takeoffs. The plane turbines almost blow the tourists away.
Because remember, this is high jet fuel that's coming out and blowing the hot air on you. And then the sand picks up and really stings your skin. Some people are thrown into the water, but they love it and they keep coming back.
The best spot right behind the runway, because the jets can only take off at full throttle on this short runway. That causes a great stir. The turbine air whips the visitors' faces at speeds of up to 200 kilometers per hour.
One time we had Air France come in, and the wheel of the Air France actually touched on the fence and pulled it down. So you have to be very careful. Of course, a lot of them are thrill seekers.
The takeoffs are spectacular but also dangerous. The government could theoretically have the whole beach shut, but several signs indicate here you marvel at your own risk. The thrust is so strong, it literally catapults the visitors into the sea. In 2012, 2 women were even thrown off a fence and seriously injured. But hardly anyone is afraid.
It was great. It was refreshing.
You feel the power of the engine, so it's great.
Normally, nobody likes to visit the beach in the rain. It's different here. Maho Beach may be the only beach in the world attracting even more visitors during the rain, because then the turbine air whips up the water, the extra kick for many.
I mean, where else in the world do you have this and this?
Probably nowhere. And that's why Maho Beach is one of the coolest beaches in the world. Our next mysterious place lies in Central Africa. The small country of Benin is one of the poorest countries in the world. There isn't enough money for proper streets and infrastructure. Nevertheless, countless German scrap cars end up here. Cotonou is the largest city in Benin and the central hub for used cars in Africa. From the city's highest building, you have the best view of the traffic chaos. From here, we look for German scrap cars. The fastest way to get around is using the scooter cabs called kekes. The official characteristic sign of the local taxi drivers are their yellow shirts.
Bonjour.
And then we're off to the harbour at full speed. We arrive after 15 minutes. The ships with the German cars are supposed to land here too.
Merci beaucoup. Au revoir.
The harbour is Benin's most important distribution centre. The loading and unloading of the ships provides many people with work as day labourers. Together with them, we await the arrival of the German cars. The day labourers pass through a rigid choreography every morning. First, the cars have to get off the ship. Then it's over to the customs parking bay in the harbour. And from there, in an overnight transfer travel to the selling points for the customers. 3 times a week, the security personnel prepares for a fresh load of used cars. They are supposed to discourage thieves. Later on, the workers have to drive the German cars out of the ships. Every day they wait at the harbour for more vehicle transports to earn their living. The men check the helpers' driving licenses and keep them as a deposit to prevent cars from vanishing. After a 2-hour docking manoeuvre, the stern flap of the ship finally opens, a maritime parking deck. As soon as the hatchway is open, the security guards have to keep the helpers in check, because they can't wait to drive the cars off the ship on behalf of the car dealers. Little brawls are part of the everyday business here. Everyone wants to reach the cars quickly because they are paid per ride. If you are fast, you can make up to 5 cars a day. First, the cars from the lower decks are driven out of the ship. Many don't make it on their own. They have to be pushed, pulled, and towed in a 3-man formation. Or the car behind pushes it out. Finally, we are allowed into the inside of the ship. The unloading is in full swing here too. As our reporter explores the swimming parking lot, the lower decks have already been emptied. This is how the system works. The drivers have to wait in small groups until a security guard calls them to the waiting cars. Time is money. If a damaged car blocks the unloading process, the drivers get less tours and less money. In cases like these, there are fixers with their service cars at hand. They offer gasoline, oil and spare batteries for mobile start assistance. Almost every 10th car needs fixing before leaving the ship. That way the fixers earn their couple of dollars thanks to the used car imports from Germany. We meet with the chief mate on the command bridge of the Japanese ship. He has been transporting cars for more than 20 years and knows the dangers of the sheet metal business.
Are you allowed to leave the ship while you are here for a day?
We just stay here because we are not familiar with this place. This is place now is also pirated area.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, because it's very difficult. All the crew is on duty for lookout.
The shipping companies don't like the pirate problem to be mentioned. They even keep a salt secret to prevent the insurance fee from rising. There are only 10 seamen working on the swimming steel giant. The technical upgrades leads to less crew members, and the local day labourers take on the work in the harbours. The two of them watch the unloading from 20 metres high up.
How long does it take to get all the cars off the ship?
Or 1,893 units. They will only work for about 12 hours.
12 hours?
Just 12 hours.
Every half hour, a platform truck brings back the helpers who have already handed over their car at the customs parking bay. They are hoping for another tour and commute around the port the whole day long, until the entire ship is empty. High time for us to leave the ship with the last cars. Below deck, we look for a ride. Almost 3/4 of the vehicles have already been removed from the vessel.
How many minutes we take down to drive down?
10 minutes taxi. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Yes.
Now the German scrap cars are facing the next hardness test, the African roads. The car with our reporter breaks down after just 20 meters. He has to look for another ride.
Please stop this car. Cool, cool.
After the German scrap cars have driven off the ship, it's straight to the customs parking bay, which is just a few hundred meters from the harbour area. At first glance, it's just a huge parking lot beneath the burning equatorial sun. But between the vehicles, it seems like a bazaar. The African dealers and their helpers are eagerly waiting for their order from Germany. They are curious to find out in what condition the cars arrive. Because many of the cars have missing lamp glasses, outlet nozzles, wing mirrors, or missing brand emblems. The dealers have a lot to do on the customs parking bay. They use their waiting time to make provisional repairs before selling the cars. The best deals are made by the men from the tyre service, because many cars arrive in Benin with a puncture. Detach the tyres, put them back on again, and balance them by guess and by gosh, all inclusive. Then our reporter tries changing tyres the Benin way. But his inefficient technique is almost bad for business. The the trade with the second-hand tyres, it's also a way for the locals to get their share in the business of importing scrap cars. After darkness sets in, suddenly it gets hectic on the customs parking bay once again. After 11 p.m, the German scrap cars are allowed to leave the harbour. Everything that hasn't been repaired by now is towed. The used German cars are now on the second to last stage of their long journey. Before the cars reach the parking lot where they are to be sold, their number is checked to make sure everything is in order and there will be no fraud. The drivers are in a hurry. They have no time for consideration. They have a long night in front of them. After midnight, the time has finally come. The cars are dismissed into the Benin night for a simple reason. The streets are empty now. The sheet metal caravan with the many damaged cars would be too much of an obstruction for the already chaotic traffic. The German scrap cars have to travel 10 kilometers. They all drive as fast as they can, and preferably in a convoy. Early the next morning, there is hustle and bustle along the road. The people here live directly at the roadside and off the scrap cars, like this family whose stand makes us curious.
What is in here? And where is it from?
Nigeria.
From Nigeria. And how much I have to pay for this whole bottle of? I would like that you show me how to do it. I want your job. I want to do your job.
We have discovered a typical Benin gas station. Our reporter is allowed to work here for a few hours. The gasoline is smuggled in from Nigeria and is sold in old rum or whiskey bottles along the road. Whole families live off this. The Benin government tolerates this black refueling and waives its right to collect the taxes due. The black petrol costs 60 cents, no guarantee on the quality. Cars are refueled from these 20-litre bottles. Physical commitment is required here. After having finished his work, our reporter has won over many fans who would like to keep him there. From the gas station, it's not far to the points of sale where the German cars are waiting for their new African owners. About 40,000 scrap cars from Germany, Europe and the USA are waiting for buyers from all over West Africa. We want to meet one of the dealers that set themselves up at these points of sale and wait for customers.
Yeah, I would like to talk to you. Hello.
Amar is a car dealer and was born in the Lebanon. He explains why the car dealing business is mostly in Lebanese hands.
I'm Lebanese.
Yeah?
So mostly the people who I'm buying from are Lebanese people. They are looking for these vehicles in Europe, in Germany mainly, and we buy them.
The efficient Lebanese bring in seed money and international relations. The local Benin people are mostly left with working as a substitute driver, refueling tanks, or working as a mechanic. They make enough money to sustain their families, but most of them won't ever own a car themselves.
People from this country, they buy also, but they not buy that big number of vehicles. They buy, but mainly Nigerian people buy.
These vehicle tourists from Nigeria and other neighboring countries buy more than 80% of the cars and take them back home. If they are interested in a car, they check it thoroughly.
On our way going to Nigeria, at times, some cars break down.
Yeah.
Some, they don't coach the catalyst with the engine. Immediately they remove it. If you change the system of working,
Yeah.
you understand?
Yeah, and how would you say this car, is it in good condition or?
Yeah, it's in good condition. On our way going to Nigeria, at times, some cars break down.
The old machine has seen a lot, 193,000 kilometers. That's as good as new for African standards. The engines often run another 500,000 kilometers here. If the buyers have decided on a car, bureaucracy sets in. It's not possible to pay in cash on the spot. The money must be put in the bank or transferred. The handing over of the keys is not particularly ceremonial. For each car, the dealer gets about $100 to $150. And then the time has come. The caravan of German scrap cars leaves the yard towards Nigeria. What lies ahead are dirt roads, deep potholes, and a lot of sand and dust. But if they're lucky, a couple of more years under the African sun. From Benin, we travel on to Siberia. Somewhere in the middle of nowhere in Siberia lies the city of Mirny. This city exists for one sole reason. The diamond mine Mir, one of the largest in the world. Almost 40,000 people live in Mirny, holding out in snow, ice, and minus 50 degrees. Hard to imagine, this is the center of the Russian diamond mining industry. And we want to see these diamonds. After more than a year of research, we have finally been granted permission to shoot at the second largest producer, named Alrosa. But we are put off at first.
А пока я предлагаю посетить смотровую площадку, платформу «Карьера Мир», где мы увидим карьеру, то, с чего начиналось. Okay? Okay.
Underground, the early shift is still working and we are not allowed to interrupt, but the view compensates for the wait.
Wow.
Gigantic. Mir is one of the deepest artificial holes in the world. It goes down 525 meters with a diameter of 1.2 kilometers. The diamond mine Mir is so enormous you can even see the hole from outer space. But the open cast mining was stopped 15 years ago. Due to the excessive mining, the walls suddenly collapsed, causing acute mortal danger to the workers. So we have to go down below. Underground, the mining continues. The entrance is right next door, and thanks to a special permit, we are allowed to witness it firsthand. But diamond mining underground is dangerous. That's why we have to take part in a safety briefing.
Самоспасатель используется в случаях задымления, выбросов газов, нештатной ситуации или каких-либо аварийных других ситуаций.
The protective mask supplies about 50 minutes of oxygen in an emergency. We even have to sign a waiver. If anything happens, it's our problem. But we really want to see the diamonds. Therefore, we must go down the mine. Our guide, shift supervisor Sergei Gamba. The miners have to follow a strict schedule. Many of them are day laborers. If they miss the elevator going down, they lose a day's wage. There's just one person for whom Sergei willingly makes time.
Hello.
The Mir mine is like a family business and has been for 60 years. We're finally going down. Most of the equipment, like the elevator, dates back to Soviet times, but it still takes the miners down 3 times a day. Exactly how deep, we don't know, which causes some confusion. We go down even further, a whole kilometer. It's easy to get lost here. The diamond mine is a sort of tunnel labyrinth system, and at 1.2 kilometers, it's the deepest in the world. As far down as this, we expect extreme heat and stuffy air. To our surprise, it's nothing like that. Temperatures of 15 degrees are pleasant, 40 degrees more than outside. But the temperatures are just one of the many reasons why Sergei loves his work.
Ну, раньше была работа плюс романтика. И молодость, и энтузиазм. Это молодой был. Зрелый возраст, мне уже 56, полных лет, да? Вот. Опыта больше набрался, и интерес больше. Ну и перспектива здесь лучше. Здесь, да, на нашем руднике.
But the job is very dangerous. Sudden fires or smoke are not uncommon in the narrow corridors, and sometimes even a simple step can be risky.
David?
Sorry.
Okay.
Luckily, our march is over after this little stunt, because even miners like Sergei have staff cars. We use it to get to the place of action, which is 1 kilometer away. A huge machine is waiting for Sergei, the object of desire, a massive rock wall. Since Sergei is so concentrated, we assume this must be our treasure.
Мы не геологи, мы добытчики. Нам дали направление, наше дело рубить. Приходит геолог, проверяет, бурятся шпуры, опережающий керн берется. Если все устраивает, нормально, мы едем дальше. Неправильно вопрос ставит. Алмазы есть, выход каратов, они везде есть, да. Мы доходим до породы.
Because underneath Mirny lies a gigantic deposit of the volcanic rock kimberlite, of a very rare kind. It's teeming with diamonds. What's special? Not every kimberlite has valuable stones, but here in Mirny, the amount is extraordinary. Sergei's job to tear the rocks off the wall with this monster. The steel drills have been especially designed for mining and can even crush concrete. All that's missing is the truck that picks up the diamonds. After a short commotion,
Поехали!
even if it looks rough, the mining doesn't harm the diamonds in the least. They are made of the strongest material in the world and almost indestructible. But we don't see much sparkling or glittering yet. A dirty business, but diamonds are not just noble pieces of jewelry, they are very sought after in the economy. For example, in the drilling systems and the high-tech industry. But no diamonds yet.
Okay, look, the truck lost some of the stones, like this one. Can I keep this? Are the diamonds inside right now?
Есть, не знаю, но должно быть.
But I can't see anything, it's just a stone, there are no diamonds.
Здесь что-то есть. Какой-то выход карата все равно есть.
No chance to keep it?
Нет.
Okay.
Well, it was worth a try. The stones are transported to the collecting bin with a trolley. Every day, about 400 tons of rock end up here, ready to be transported above ground. To where exactly, we'll see later on. Sergei and his fellow workers are done for the day.
Ну, скорее всего, наверное, это авантюра своеобразная. Авантюра, сам вкус, ну, подземка есть подземка, запах, удовольствие. Друзья, товарищи, коллеги.
Романтик.
После работы бир. Ну все.
After 8 hours of hard work, he surely deserves one. At 8 p.m. sharp, Sergei and his comrades return to daylight. And our first day in Mirny ends. The next morning, as an exception, we're allowed to witness a blasting, but underground they are forbidden. So we go to an open-cast mining site which is still in operation. We fly the 400 kilometers to Nerva. This is where we meet Dmitry Shuklin. Just like underground, everything has to be done very fast in daylight.
Значит, сейчас мы едем к месту проведения взрывных работ, которые будут на карьере Батобинский.
The reason for the rush? The blaster has to fight adverse conditions in the Siberian winter. He's worried the fuse might freeze at minus 32 degrees Celsius. So it's hurry, hurry, hurry. It seems to have worked out. Silence all around.
Alice?
Good?
Good. Good?
Very good.
Все красиво. Все штатно, отработало.
Half an hour later, the first trucks drive into the heart of the mine. As opposed to the mining in Mir, the kimberlite can be mined in daylight here. But how do the stones turn into diamonds? Maybe the secret is disclosed here. The final stage of the production takes place in this terrain. Our first impression, gigantic. This is where all the stones from under and above ground are gathered together. Dmitry shows us what happens here.
Питатель подает руду, которая привезена из карьера, головной дробилки. Головная дробилка, вот ее вал. Эксцентриковый под нами находится.
There is not a diamond in the world which is as big as a rock. That's why they are ground step by step. Until they have a diameter of 15 centimeters and are small enough to fit into these holes. But we still can't see them. Perhaps that will change here. Warning signs, double doors, and suddenly a lot more security personnel. We seem to have come close to our destination. Maybe behind this door we'll find what we've been looking for so long. But we find dirty old stones.
То есть на него подан уже концентрат, облученный рентгеном. Алмаз начинает светиться, срабатывает пневмопушка, который...
The machine scans the stones and simply sorts out the diamonds. The valuable ones are put into a sulfurous chemical bath. The mixture is strictly secret, but it separates the volcano's stone kimberlite from the diamond. But these are just stones. The exact procedure is kept from us. A big secret and still no diamonds. But we are told we'll find them here.
Будьте добры, пожалуйста, ваш паспорт.
Okay.
We enter an unspectacular room. One thing is eye-catching, there are only women here. And they actually work on what we've been looking for the whole time. Diamonds. A whole pile of diamonds. Too many to even count them. Since they are shaped much later, they are still raw. Supervised by the only man around, the women have a very important job to do.
Разделяем все алмазы, которые добываются в Якутии, все, что поступает к нам, на 16 классов.
The weight is measured in carat. 1 carat is 0.2 grams, but these stones are much heavier. That arouses our interest.
Can I grab one?
No.
Why not?
Алмазы могут упасть и разломиться. Если человек не расписался за них, не несет за них ответственности.
They earn about $1,000 a month. It's good money, but wouldn't it be tempting to put a little something in your own pocket?
Нет, об этом мы не задумываемся никогда.
The reason? The stones are catalogued before the transport. If a single one of them gets lost, they all have to compensate for it, and that could be very expensive.
How much money is now on the table?
Yeah, $5 million.
Apart from size and weight, the price depends on the so-called purity. The workers sort the raw diamonds into 16 color categories. The rule, the purer, which means clearer in color, the more valuable. Especially dark diamonds cost about $10 per carat, nothing compared to those which are almost as transparent as glass. And even though there is more money lying around than these women will ever earn in their entire life, they remain relaxed.
У нас по этому поводу создается уже иммунитет на эти камни. Поэтому мы их рассматриваем только как свою работу, а не как какие-то денежные премии, бонусы или что-то.
Rather valuable stones. Demand in Russia is so high, they are only sold in the country itself. And there are still a lot more.